When we think of groundbreaking scientists, names like Albert Einstein and Marie Curie often come to mind. But history is filled with brilliant minds whose contributions have shaped the world, yet remain lesser known. One of those scientists is Melba Phillips. Born and raised in Pike County, she was a physicist, educator, and advocate who made lasting contributions to nuclear physics and science education. Her story is one of discovery, resilience, and courage. Phillips not only helped develop an important nuclear theory, but also fought for academic freedom and transformed the way physics was taught. Though her career faced unexpected obstacles, she remained dedicated to knowledge and education. This is the story of Melba Phillips, a woman who changed the face of science against all odds.
In the quiet town of Hazleton, Indiana, on February 1st, 1907, Melba Noel Phillips was born. Growing up on a family farm, Melba developed a strong work ethic and a deep curiosity about how the world worked. These qualities would guide her on a path to becoming one of the most influential physicists and educators of her time.
Growing up on a farm in Indiana, she spent hours observing the environment around her, asking questions about how things worked. Unlike many girls of her time, she was encouraged to pursue her education, and her love for learning led to her to excel in mathematics and science. This passion eventually guided her toward a groundbreaking career in physics.
Melba's love for learning led her to Oakland City College, where she quickly stood out for her intelligence and determination. She went on to pursue her passion for physics, a field dominated by men at the time. Refusing to let obstacles stand in her way, Melba earned her PhD in physics from the University of California, Berkeley in 1933.
Melba Phillips was not just a scientist. She was also a trailblazer for women in physics. At a time when very few women pursued careers in science, she broke barriers by earning her PhD and making significant contributions to nuclear physics. Throughout her career, she mentored and supported young women in the field, encouraging them to follow their dreams despite societal obstacles. Her success proved that women could excel in the sciences, paving the way for future generations.
At Berkeley, Melba studied under the guidance of J. Robert Oppenheimer, one of the leading physicists of the era. Together, they made a groundbreaking discovery in 1935, the Oppenheimer-Phillips process. This theory explained how deuterons, or heavy hydrogen nuclei, interact with other atoms during nuclear reactions. Their work became a foundation for future research in nuclear physics and atomic energy.
Although the Oppenheimer-Phillips process is her most well-known scientific contribution, Melba continued to research and explore various areas of physics. She co-authored influential textbooks, contributed to theoretical physics discussions, and worked on projects that advanced nuclear science. Her deep understanding of physics allowed her to make an impact not only in research, but also in how science was communicated to students and fellow scientists alike.
But Melba wasn't content with just making discoveries. She wanted to share knowledge. She became a dedicated physics professor at Brooklyn College, inspiring countless students, especially young women, to pursue science. She also helped create the Physical Science Study Committee curriculum, which transformed the way science was taught in high schools, making it more interactive and engaging for students.
Beyond the classroom, Melba Phillips became a powerful advocate for improving science education nationwide. She worked to make physics more accessible, helping to develop new teaching methods and materials that encourage hands-on learning. She believed that science should be available to everyone, regardless of background, and worked tirelessly to promote equal education opportunities. Her efforts helped shape the way physics is taught in schools today, inspiring generations of students to explore the wonders of the universe.
Melba's career faced an unexpected and painful change. During the McCarthy era, fear and suspicion gripped the nation. In 1952, Melba was called to the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee. She refused to testify against others, standing firm in her beliefs. As a result, she was fired from Brooklyn College, a devastating consequence of the Red Scare that targeted many academics and intellectuals. Despite this setback, Melba never gave up. She continued to advocate for academic freedom and equal access to education. She found new ways to contribute, teaching at the University of Chicago and becoming a leader in science education reform. Melba's resilience in the face of injustice made her a role model for educators and scientists alike. Her commitment to science and education was eventually recognized. In 1966, she was elected president of the American Association of Physics Teachers. Years later, in 1981, she was awarded the Oersted Medal, one of the highest honors in physics education, for her lifelong dedication to teaching and inspiring future scientists.
In addition to her research and teaching, Melba Phillips played a key role in writing and editing influential physics textbooks. She co-authored Principles of Physical Science, a widely used textbook that introduced students to fundamental physics concepts in an engaging and accessible way. Her ability to explain complex scientific ideas clearly helped shape how physics were taught to future generations. She believed that textbooks should not just present facts, but should inspire students to think critically and explore science for themselves.
Melba's legacy continues to shine. Indiana University honors her with the Melba Phillips Lecture Series, and Oakland City University named a building after her. Her work in physics and education left a lasting mark on science, and her courage continues to inspire those who stand up for what's right. Melba Phillips broke barriers in a world where few women were welcomed in science. She not only advanced nuclear physics, but also fought for academic freedom and equality in education. Her story reminds us that science is more than discovery. It's about integrity, resilience, and sharing knowledge with others. Melba Phillips lived by those words, proving that science and life are full of challenges and endless possibilities. Her legacy continues to inspire us all.